Let's get started. So, we got Wayne State University, DB safety. We got Caleb. We got Kaleb Coleman. Thanks for coming on, man. It's an honor having you on. And how are you doing today?
Man, I appreciate you for having me, man. And I'm doing pretty well, man. No complaints. No complaints.
For sure, for sure. So we'll get into like the in-depth stuff about your stats, all that good stuff, your position, all of that. But at a young age, growing up, what really got you into the game of football? Did you play other sports, in high school besides football, or was it just mainly football? And who really uh, brought you into the game?
So I actually started playing the game of football later than a lot of people. I ain't started playing till I was 12. But growing up, my parents they had me real active. I was a part of everything. I think soccer was my first sport. I swam competitively. Did baseball, t-ball for a little bit, basketball when I was real young, and then it kind of uh, just with like my family dynamic, how things was going. We actually I actually stopped playing sports for during that time. The next sport I picked up was football, and really I got into that because of my younger brother Malachi. Uh,
Oh,
yeah. So my younger brother Malachi, he was always like, I guess he was a bigger kid and everything like that. And my peoples was always like, oh yeah, he gonna play football, he gonna make it to the league and do all this stuff. So like once he became old enough to, play tackle football, I think he was like 7. He was going, and then I would like, go with him to his practices, like go with my mom and take him to his practices. And then really at the time, they was just like, in shorts and t-shirts and cleats, running around and everything, doing drills. And I'm like, man, I could come out here and do this too.
for sure.
Then, but when them pads came out, it was a kind of a different story. I was like, whoa, I ain't know this what it was like.
Yeah, I mean that's good. You had like within your family, you had like your brother, who also played the game of football. So you had guys that you could look up to that motivated you, and that's definitely awesome. And it's like you had a pretty good upbringing, with people, that supported your passion. So it's always a good thing, man. So just keep your head at it and just keep going, man. And it's gonna pay dividends at the end. So uh,
I appreciate
let's
you, man.
yeah, for
Appreciate the
sure,
word.
for sure. So let's get into it. So you're actually a transfer. So you were formerly a Morgan State University alum, and then you're a graduate student now at from Wayne State University. But your 2020 season it got canceled. Obviously, it's COVID and all that. So it kind of sucked. You know, it was bad. But 2021, you appeared in 9 games for Morgan State. Throughout your career, you look like you've been a pretty durable, guy. Your recent season with Wayne State, you started all 11 games, 10 games the year before that in 2023. So you've mostly, for the main part, have been a durable guy, and that's definitely gonna be important. Playing at the next level in the NFL. So. Uh, talk about why Wayne State was the way to go from the Bears, from Morgan State. Why you chose Wayne State University?
So first of all, I commend you, man. You doing your research and stuff like that. No, that's good. So really for me, when I was transferring from Morgan, I just felt like like sometimes in life you feel like you just need to change the scenery, like you need a bit of a refresher and things like that. And that was really like a large part about me deciding to transfer from Morgan. Now when I entered the portal, I actually garnered a lot of interest from programs all over, like P5 to Group of Five FBS, and then top level FCS, as well as like D2 programs as well. And for me, like Wayne, they hit me up early on. Like I think, uh, actually no, that's not that's not all the way true. Wayne didn't hit me until like I think I was like in the portal for I think two or 3 weeks, and then I heard from Wayne, and it was more so. Um, so I had ties there, being as like my former head coach from Morgan, who brought me to Morgan, was over there, but as well as like my DB coach, Coach Robinson, he was recruiting me early on in my high school career to numerous of different programs where he played, where he was coaching at. I'm sorry.
You
And
good?
when he hit me, it was more so like, "Are you really in the portal?" I was like, "I mean, yeah, bro, I'm in the portal." But really, what it was for me going to Wayne. So in leaving Morgan, I was actually attempting to leave, like, as a mid-year, like to show up to a new school in January, but they informed me it'd be best to leave. It'd be easier for me if I left as a graduate transfer. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna stay the spring. And I thought I had everything taken care of, but it was some hold up over there at Wayne. I had to jump through a few hoops and everything, academic wise, so that I actually could graduate. And like how I told you earlier, I was in talks with a lot of different programs. Some of that contact fell off, just with me being a upfront and honest individual about my situation and what I had going on. A lot of those programs, weren't willing to wait, or they wanted me there sooner than I could get there, being that I was trying to graduate from Oregon. And it was a real up and down process. Like, I stepped away from that whole recruiting process honestly for a while. Like, I want to say for like 2 months, just dealing with that academic situation. But Wayne was one of the programs where like they stuck with me throughout the whole process. I actually I reached back out to them. I want to say it was around like July. I was in North Carolina with some family dealing with some family health issues with my grandmother, and I just reached out to him, and he was like, well, "What you trying to do?" I'm like, "Man, I'm trying to start my master's and stuff like that." And he was like, "All right, I want you to apply, and then we'll take it from there." I was like, "All right." So I did my application to Wayne, and I kid you not, like I got that email that I got accepted into grad school like the next day. So I was like, "Shoot, I'm going to Wayne, man."
Nah, for sure. And definitely like you mentioned before, like definitely need a new scenery. You want guys to believe in you. You know, like fellow teammates. The coaches, and it's always good to kind of transition for the best. And looks like you're happy with the result of it. You've been balling out, man. You've been making tackles, man. I've been watching your tape a little bit. Making good tackles, man. Making picks. You're all over the field. So just keep doing your thing at the safety position, man. Definitely gonna transpire into the next level. But this is kind of a question I ask all my everyone I have on, everyone I interview. Right now in the NFL, are there any current guys? Well, it doesn't have to be current or retired safeties. Just DBs in general that you kind of model your game after, or does your play come kind of naturally? Would you say?
Um, I wouldn't really say I model my game after anyone. To be honest, so like I told you, I started playing football at a late age. I didn't really get to watching football until a later age. Like, I didn't really start watching football until going into probably my senior year of high school. But giving you some guys that I like, um, I love Brian Branch. I just like, you feel me, his versatility. I like the way he played the game. I feel like it's some similarities in what I do to what he do, and just how he's used, schematically. And then I love Buda Baker as well. Man, it's just something about, even though he's a smaller dude, and I won't consider myself to be a smaller dude, but man, he played with like a relentless motor. And then, like, I know he said it before, like in some of his videos I watched, he plays with no fear. Like, I call it like a reckless abandonment. Like, you gonna feel all whatever it is, 5'9", 188 pounds or whatever he is. And then Tyrann Mathieu for sure. Like, everybody know about the Honey Badgers, just the scrappiness, the competitiveness that he come with. So if he was gonna say like I model a game after, I would say I would love to take attributes from those individuals. So like Tyrann scrappiness, competitiveness, Buda Baker's like I really call him a 100-yard landlord. Like, there's nowhere
Yeah.
on the field where he not gonna get to you. And then Brian Branch for his versatility, and then as well as just I just think, bro, a dog. That's really what it is.
No, they're both really good options, man. They're both dogs for sure. Branch, he's obviously doing his thing with the Lions, and then Buda Baker, he's been doing for a while. And, that's the thing with Buda Baker, man, and that's awesome that you bring him up because he's just been so consistent for such a long time, and he stayed healthy and he's been there for his team. He's kind of a leader, but That's definitely awesome. Those guys come to mind. But are there any teams that have reached out to you or showed interest in you? Whether it's interviews, just talking over the phone, whatever it is.
So I actually uh, had a Miami Dolphin scout come up to Wayne this season. We had a Dolphin scout come to a game, and then a Dolphin scout came up to practice throughout our season for me. And then we had a Bengal scout come to my first game to watch me. And then I had a Jaguar scout who reached out to my coaching staff inquiring about me. I
Okay,
haven't.
so there are a couple teams kind of getting a hold of you. That's a good thing. There's still a long way. Definitely not that bro. There's definitely still a long ways to go. So you have time to prepare. Work out all that good stuff. But uh, obviously, this is something I want to get to because I want to see how it was definitely a big thing for you. In 2024, you were named to the All Goliath honorable mention team. How does that feel? Talk about that a little bit. How did that kind of shape you? Just how did it boost your confidence a little bit? Talk about that.
So really, I mean, any awards you receive, any like compliments you get or recognition from like players in your conference or even like coaches in your conference, it's something to be thankful and appreciative for. But to be honest with you, me personally, I wasn't too happy with it. I wasn't like I wanted better for myself this year. Like I wanted to come, All American and Defense Player of the Year and things like that. But so I more so say it's just gonna add fuel to the fire. Put a little extra chip on the shoulder. But what I mean, it's I'm grateful for the award, man. I'm grateful for the recognition.
Definitely, just gotta take those little things. But like you said, it just adds fuel to the fire. It's just gonna motivate you. It's gonna motivate you to just do better. So that's definitely awesome. Uh, let's see. Are there? Would you say like just getting like? Did you have like a favorite team growing up? I know it's kind of like when asking these questions, it like people don't really say what team they like and stuff like that. It's just like kind of like behind closed curtains and stuff like that. But is there
No,
like a
I kind of get what you're saying. Like, going through this process, a lot of guys they may try not to have favorites,
yeah,
just in case for
yeah,
some reason a team is watching. But
that,
be so honest with you, I did not just because I got into football so late. And my father was actually a Lions fan, and Lions are great now. I support the guys now. But growing up, like when I was growing up, they were bad, and my dad would say like he didn't want me growing up to love a sorry franchise as they have been in the past. So with that, like my dad wouldn't even let me watch like NFL games with him and stuff like that because he wanted yellers and screamers at the TV and all that. But um, go ahead.
yeah,
But yeah. So I didn't really have one. Like my dad used to sit and make us watch the TV, watch the games, and I didn't understand what was going on. But yeah, growing up, I did not have a favorite team.
yeah. I mean, like you said, you are from Detroit, Michigan, so it's kind of makes sense why you're a Lions fan. All shout out to the Lions, bro. They've been trashed on for years, and now look at them. They just made it to the division. What was it? Divisional game last year. So yeah, shout out to them. But
Nah, yeah,
um,
I seen you as I'm assuming you a Niners fan, man. But
yeah, man, I don't know what's going on,
y'all
bro.
y'all wasn't supposed to take that game last year, like last season. Y'all wasn't supposed to
I
take that game.
I respect I
Come on,
respect
bro.
the hell out of Dan Campbell, bro. But those fourth downs killed you.
Hey, stop. No, I'm with you.
Nah, you good?
You don't have any more hair.
Stop, bro. My fault. That's my younger brother, man.
Hey, stop it.
I'm babysitting too right now.
you chilling, bro? It's all good. Uh, so you said you play safety, and you're kind of a bigger guy, a little over 200 pounds, 6'2", 202. Do you say you're more of like a free safety, or are you kind of strong? You come into the box, get your nose dirty in the run game, corner blitzes, all that. What would you say? Kind of game is?
Uh, so my game, I would say, like everybody, that's funny just cause like some of my mans and dudes I train with and everything, they always want to make them jokes. You be in a box or whatever and everything like that, just more so off my physique. But I would say I'm not really defined into one particular role. I would say I done grown my skill set to where I can excel at, whatever it is, being a free safety, a deep middle field guy, or it's like, being a force in the run game, rolling down into the box. But I would just say, I would just say,
Can you help me?
my fault, man.
Yeah, you good.
No, I would just say, definitely do have strengths when it comes to like I guess those strong safety roles. I do have a lot of attributes that would attribute to that. And I would just say that's more so just throughout college. That's been like I guess you could say the role I played, but I can definitely go back and be that center fielder.
Definitely, kind of baseball kind of help with that. Being a safety, you gotta have that ranginess, you gotta have that speed to get from sideline to sideline. So that's definitely awesome. And growing up playing all those sports, that versatility is gonna come in handy for sure. And, playing in the biggest stage, NFL, playing at the next level. So that's for sure. And one of your guys said you're a box safety. But
Oh yeah.
nah, but for real though, yeah, it's awesome. You say you don't tie yourself into like one position, and that's awesome. Playing box, playing free, down the field, do all that good stuff, and that's what coaches are gonna look at. That's what scouts are gonna look at. That's what's gonna that's what's gonna pop out to them, and that's definitely what you want. So keep working at your craft, man, and like I said before at the start, it's gonna pay dividends at the end. So. I kind of want to, kind of get into some fun stuff. I don't usually do this. But let's get
Mm,
into some rapid fire questions, kind of fun questions. So whatever, first thing that pops into your mind, I guess you could, just say that. So,
mm.
favorite cuisine?
Italian.
Italian. Okay, I mess with that. What's up? Favorite artist?
Favorite artist kind of rough because I'm real like it changed week to week. But I say this week is G Herbo. Listen to a
Turbo?
lot
Yeah,
of him this
I
week.
kind of listen to like a few hits of his, but I'm more of a little baby kind of guy. More of the boss man dealer, all that good stuff over there. But
All right, I heard.
I mess with Rod a lot too. Rod Wave, man, he's the goat. But
I'm with you.
nah, yeah. Let's see. Favorite or no? Favorite pre
No.
well, I guess.
You said favorite Greek food?
Nah,
Food.
you got
My
a,
fault. Say that one more
you got
time.
like a favorite pregame ritual you have, or nah, you're not really.
Oh, I almost said something foul. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even tripping, bruh. A lot of people, like, some people do the throwing up, some people do the, like, loud music, run around dancing. Bruh, if you a real football player, bruh, you gotta use, like, you gotta use the restroom before you go out and really play football, bro. So
Yeah,
that, you feel me? Because that's, you gonna get all the jitters out, you feel me? Get some alone time to yourself, man.
nah, for real. Yeah, a lot of these players got like these superstitions and stuff. Music, whatever, whatever the case may be. But yeah,
Don't have no mouth.
trying to see. I think that's about trying to skip to the other questions. You said we talked about role model stuff like that. Who you looked up to. Um, if it wasn't for safety, playing in the secondary in general, what position would you play in the football field? What is offense, defense?
Um, so if you saying, like, right now, like, if I was to change a position,
Yeah,
I'd probably, man, I probably had to go be a running back. To be so serious with you, just more so off of the natural athleticism and mindset and the physique really. But if you're saying like go back like to probably high school days and start over, I'd have been a quarterback. Really, um, I know my tape. Like people watch my film and they say, "Oh man, he physical." They see me walking around. They be like, "Oh nah, he like to hit. He do all that." Man, I'm more of a cerebral player than anything. Like more of a neck up guy.
definitely,
The big hits, throwing people on the ground, big tackles and all that. That more so just come from natural aggression when it comes to playing the game. But If I was to really go back, I'd have been a quarterback, man.
Yeah,
I can't really do that now, man. Like, college football, four years of it, my shoulders ain't the same no more. I barely
yeah.
get a ball 30 yards right now.
Nah, for sure, for sure. Yeah. A running back, yeah, running back. That's definitely a good position. No, I would hate to play running back. I'd rather play I'd rather play corner, but corner was one of the hardest positions to play football. You gotta have technique. You gotta have good hands, man. It's definitely difficult. So, I think we got a question. Scroll past it, I think. Yeah. So, what traits would you say you kind of exhibit to play football in order to take it to the next level? Would you say?
Like, my fault. Could you rephrase that one more
Yeah.
time for me?
Yeah, I think there was a question that says, "What traits should a leader exhibit to play football in order to take it to the next level?" Would you say, if it was you?
Uh, what traits would a leader?
Yeah.
I would say, if you're talking about like in the leader aspect, man. So I always say when it comes to football, like it's three different people where like they gonna respect you in the locker room, and I say um, the first one, like, cause we all men, and like we can see through BS. So I say it's three different ways somebody gonna gain your respect in the locker room. He either gonna be the best player on the team. Everybody gonna respect and listen to the best player on the team. Two, they gonna listen to a older guy that's the hardest worker. Like he been around and he just worked real hard. He may not be the best player, but he just work hard. Or they just gonna respect somebody who just like give his all each and every day, who about his business, show up each and every day, be where he say he gonna be, do what he say he gonna do. He's reliable, he's accountable, and he a hard worker, man. You gotta respect somebody like that, despite
Oh,
whatever their stats are, wherever they come from.
oh yeah, that's definitely some awesome characteristics, and it looks like you're on the right path. You know what it takes to be a leader. So, and I believe you were a team captain in 2024 once you won that award. So I'm pretty, I'm pretty.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to be elected team captain this past season at Wayne, and then it was my sophomore year at Morgan. That 2022 year, I was a captain as well.
For sure, for sure. I'm just trying to see if there's any more questions. I know you got stuff to do, so I'm just gonna ask one more thing and we just get out of here. So lastly, just tell teams, looking to draft you, wherever you go. I'm definitely pulling for you, man. Just keep doing your thing. Like I said, it's gonna pay off at the end. Just keep doing your thing. But why should teams look into you? Why should teams draft you? What makes you different from other guys? And what makes you, what makes you, Caleb? What makes you, Kaleb Coleman? What makes you yourself? What makes you different from others?
Um, so when it comes
On
to
and
that question,
on and
and I
off.
know, yeah, for sure, I guess. So when it comes to that question, I know you may feel like it's common, but I really think that's a great question because it's gonna allow you to find more about the man than just the player. So when it comes to the on-field stuff, I would say, man, how cerebral I am. Being able to pick up defenses, being able to command the defense. Put my guys in the right position. That's something I pride myself on very well. Like having my guys be able to look back at me and know that, hey, man, Caleb got me. Like Caleb gonna put me in a position where I can do what's best for me and go make a play. Now, if you're talking more so on the physical space, I would just say my relentless motor, man, my competitiveness in the game itself. That to go along with transition ability and physicality. Now, when you talk about off the field, and I really feel like this is the biggest one, um, I would say what sets me apart is stamina. And that may not be something you hear often, but I say mental as well as physical stamina because going through um, like being an athlete, and I know all other athletes can attest to this. And when you have people on the outside looking at you like, oh, athletes are great, they grand, they accomplish all these phenomenal feats. With the mental side that comes with that, man, yeah, yeah, you have hard days of hard training and all that, but like the mental side of it to where it's like I didn't do what I wanted to do today. I didn't hit the goals I wanted to hit. All this training I put in, and I'm not where I want to be. Then even seeing other people succeed, and you saying like, why not me? Or like, you know, you putting in all your effort and maybe you don't get that call from that NFL team, or maybe you don't make whatever the team is in high school, or just whatever it may be, just having that mental stamina as well as mental toughness to be able to, like, man, despite what's going on around me, I'm gonna continue to be the same Kaleb each and every day. Like, you know, I know I'm hard on myself, but that don't change the fact that each and every day I'm gonna come to work. You don't gotta ever question my effort and how I'm gonna go about my business. So I really encompass all of that. I feel like it just falls under stamina, mental and physical stamina.
Nah, for sure, for sure. I mean, you just got to be, as good as you are off the field, on the field, and vice versa. So that's definitely, it's definitely awesome, and that's gonna play a huge part, in the NFL. And isn't it just like crazy to think about, like, bro, like I have a chance to like make a name for myself on like the biggest stage, like it's crazy, right?
Mm,
Right. See if there's anything. Yeah, I think that's about it, man. Definitely keep me updated on the whole process. That's definitely something you got to take, as well as the result. But like the whole process is just as important. You got to take like the little things. You can't take them for granted. So definitely keep me updated. We'll keep in touch. I'd love to have you on again. So I think that's it
appreciate that,
for
man.
now. Oh yeah, do you have any nickname?
Oh, my fault. Say it one more time.
Do you have any nickname? We'll just answer one last one.
Do I have any nicknames? When it comes to football, when I was number 4, they used to call me C4, just cause like the last name, the number, and then like as you see on the film, my play style.
Yeah.
Uh, Another one I done got pretty often is Coach, like Coach Kaleb, Coach or Coach Kaleb. Just and I know it's part of them, like, you know, they're taking jabs at me, like, you know, but at the same time, I feel like it do come from like I said, being like a extension of the coach on the field.
Nah, for sure. Yeah, that's awesome.
Too crazy.
I definitely mess with the C4, man. That's the one. That's the one. But other than that, I appreciate you coming on. This was Wayne State University safety Kaleb Coleman. Definitely wishing you the best of luck, and I'm pulling for you. Hoping you come to my Niners. I would definitely love that. You join a great team, great organization, great front office, great head coach. So
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you once again, man, and we'll keep in touch for sure. And everybody, I'm out. And Kaleb, best of luck, man.
Man, thank you. Best of luck to you too with everything you building, man.
For sure, man. Appreciate it. All right, everyone.